got Shad and Miguel Langan on the feature match. We've seen both players before today. Shad on Temur Marvel and Miguel on Red Green Energy.
And because we've seen both of these matches, well, both of these decks at least before, gotta say Miguel's pretty favored, being the faster energy deck. And I think he's on the play,
Yeah,
which
he's
is
definitely got a better time. I think he's won the dice
okay.
roll.
At
No, Shad
least
looks
Shad's
like,
on the play.
which is probably his best chance here. He wants to go win the first game, probably lose the second game, but maybe he wins the second game as well. But
If he
this
wins
is
the
his,
second game, it's gonna come down to Miguel flooding out like he did
yeah.
against James.
He's got a
And because like their deck's fast, Shad doesn't have a lot of interaction. Shad's creatures are big, yes, but Miguel can just go over them
It's
with
so
double strike.
shocking that Miguel flooded. It looks like he's playing 16 lands. That's 10. Well, yeah, Miguel's on a 16 land list.
16 land list, and he saw nine of them
Yeah,
in game two. It's pretty
deck is
unlucky that he
very
flooded.
low to the ground,
Like, and
and
he's
it's
getting
fast.
two lands at least every hand,
This
which
is
is
good. I
good.
think now he's idling pretty well.
And like, yeah, if Miguel doesn't know what Shad's on, he could think it's the mirror. Well, okay, maybe not the mirror because Servant of the Conduit, but a lot of the older energy aggro decks basically played Servant of the Conduit before
Miguel's
it
got 4
turned
copies
into.
in his deck.
Oh,
He
sure,
is
he
playing the
does. Yeah,
sevens. It generates energy, and it also puts you. I mean, he's only playing 16 lands, so I
yeah.
think the body that sort of doubles as a mana dork is good. But he's got, probably his best turn 2 play here, which is Voltaic Brawler. Crashes in for 4. Doesn't even die to the servant blocking it. Maybe Shad double blocks it. But he's using the mana to play a Harness Lightning to kill the Brawler. And it looks like Shad might have a bit of traction here.
Like Shad basically can cast a 6 mana spell, which he can't really cast at this point. I don't think he has any 6 mana spells worth casting. Alder Deepfin is fine. Shad can easily go Alder Deepfin.
I think he wants to go Land Marvel.
Yeah.
That's really where he wants to be. See if we can
Land
have a look at
Marvel
what
is,
he has
is
in
actually
hand.
broken at this point.
2 mana. Brings him a Puzzle Knot, which is pretty good here. It gains him some life. And it's getting him extra energy so he can activate the servants for mana without having too little to activate the marvel when he does finally get it.
And we see Kozilek's return Ulamog in Shad's hand.
Very, very good for him right now. I think he's hoping his opponent plays another 2 toughness creature. So he can
I don't even think Shad's gonna blaze this Kozilek's return while
Oh,
he still
because
has
he's
servants.
still got the servants down. He
Because
probably uses them as blockers.
Servant will block the long tusk up. Like if Miguel has to give the long tusk up example, Cub's still dying.
He does have 6 points of life from the puzzle knot if he does crack it. He's currently on 23. But he's got Bolt to Smash just to make it survive. Instead of using the energy,
I think Shad now can Kozilek's return here. Because his creatures are dying anyway.
yeah, that seems very good for him. No, he lets it happen. Oh no, he's cracking the puzzle knot. He's
Sure.
using the mana for that, and he's gonna just gain more life. Puts him to 26 and even more energy. Miguel says, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." Notes down the life total change, combat damage, and we move to Miguel's second main phase. He just passes back. Long Tusk Cup dealing no damage there to Shad, I mean, so he doesn't get the energy advantage. Some trample would have been nice. What is that?
I think it's another Bolt to Smash.
Yeah.
And yeah, Shad actually can't. He just can't Kozilek's return here. I think Shad had to Kozilek's return in his turn.
It might have at least drawn another pump spell out of
Yeah.
Miguel.
Well, he didn't have the pump spell foot that previous turn.
Oh yeah, he's in such bad shape here. There's an Uncaged Fury in Miguel's hand, which makes the cub huge because if he uses those counters, the cub is going to go to 7.
Actually,
gonna
no.
deal
I take back everything I said because the cub could have
16
become a
points of
3/3 anyway
damage.
with the energy. So
Yeah.
cub's gonna go to 7 now. And now it's Uncaged Fury,
Attack for 16.
16. Shad goes down to 10.
What do you got? Select for inspection. Just to win. Something, Shad.
He's got nothing. He's got an Ulamog in hand.
That's a bit late. He doesn't even have emerge fodder for the. Oh, I think he's gonna burn all the bolter smashers right now while Shad has nothing. No, no, okay. Being a bit more conservative with that. Cub deals damage. So how much was that? 3, so 4, 5,
10
6, 7, 8,
damage.
and 10. Put
Shad
Shad to
goes to 16.
16, and then it's basically lethal next turn because you can attack for 16.
And like now Shad gets a Wall Breaker, but too late.
A little bit too late.
I honestly
Oh,
think Shad had to, instead of bursting the puzzle knot, just
play
float
the
the
Kozilek's
mana,
return.
Kozilek's return after combat damage.
He's dead. I think he dies
He
here.
dies.
Just the combat, attack, double strike. He's got it. Yeah,
It's dead.
that's 16
Well,
points
actually,
of
no,
damage.
that's 14.
What's 4, 5, 6,
Oh, wait,
7.
did you put a plus moves counter as well?
Yeah. No, he's got the +1/+1 counter from the. So that's.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. So it gives him 8 power.
7, and this is the +1, the Uncaged Fury. So that's 16 exactsies. Jeez, that went quickly. What does Shad have here?
Shad doesn't have much,
Actually,
to be honest with you.
his decklist says
He has Harness Lightning's Kozilek's returns in the sideboard. Those are like both good, but
it's
not
probably
amazing.
negate. Actually, I like those.
And negate Kozilek's return Harness Lightning. I think that's fine. I think he doesn't really want Whirler Virtuoso too much.
No, there's nothing else.
It's like it's Whirler
too
Virtuoso.
slow.
It doesn't do
Like,
anything.
it comes down afterwards.
Can't jump block trample.
Mm.
Maybe he doesn't want as many World
Large
Breakers.
creatures. Yeah, I think he maybe cuts
I
a bit on
think-
his top end.
I think
really,
he cuts the Whirler Virtuosos
really needs to find an
for
Etherworks
Kozilek's
model.
return, Harness Lightning.
Is
and then he-
Chandra even that good
Okay.
here?
Chandra... It kills a creature.
Yeah, on turn 3 or turn 4. And he doesn't have the Servant of the Conduit up to block then. So he'll shoot one thing, and then I suppose it buys him some time if his opponent decides, I'm going to attack into your Chandra. Because it's at least.
Like Chandra buys him a turn and kills a creature.
Hmm.
Which is fine. It's better than Whirler Virtuoso, which doesn't buy any time.
Especially with the trample.
And I think you don't want all the World Breakers because, yeah, they're big, but they cost 7 mana. Like, even if you Marvel into a World Breaker, it's not doing as much because a lot of the time they're just like, okay, 7 toughness, give my guy 7 power, double strike, you still take 7.
I don't know what Miguel brings in here. Maybe he's just going to go the same route as his previous game and
I
just
think
not sideboard
he
at
probably
all.
wants Helion though.
Just for
the extra
more
damage
surprise. But
based.
Shad's really got to fight to win this one. Because
I think
not,
Shad was fine if he had top decked Elder Deep Fiend.
or Marvel in that
Or
stage,
Marvel,
because
yeah.
like, he really could have used it there.
He
But
had
that
11
the
energy.
card's been hiding from him all day.
Like, has he marveled in a game where he wasn't winning already?
I don't think so.
Like, on camera he hasn't. Maybe
on one of his other matches.
Like, 11 energy, can't use any of it. I do think, though, that Shad had to Kozilek's return the turn he went for Puzzle Knot sack.
Yeah, sure. It
Just
would,
because,
it would have
like,
pulled out at least one more pump spell.
The thing is, though, because it has to be an instant speed pump spell, because basically what happens is, okay, move to combat, blocks, pump,
Damage.
end of
Kozilek's
combat,
return.
Kozilek's return.
And then he has to play an instant speed
pump spell.
which
You
was the
take
other
less
bolt to
damage.
smash.
Like, that extra bolt to smash actually killed Shad. If Shad had then now top decked, it gives him an extra turn. If he top decks the Marvel and an extra turn, he has the energy to Marvel.
Get an Ulamog, exile your threat, and one of
No,
your
not even an
lands.
Ulamog, just get a blocker.
Anything to stand in the way, really.
Like, because you flashback Kozilek, get any Eldrazi, the
It would be very good. Let's see what happens. I'm guessing Shad's going to be on the play here.
I'd assume so too.
It's like his best chance, really.
Unfortunately, though, that means Miguel's on play game 3 if he does win this.
Yeah,
So if we do see a game 3, it
he's
will
got
be Miguel.
a real struggle on his hands.
And I see like an eighth hub for Shad's lands. I don't see
Yeah, I think
another
he's
land.
just
I
got to
think he's
send
got to
that
send
back.
it
It's
back.
not good. Miguel seems
Unfortunately, like that was a
pretty
turn 3
happy
Marvel if he
if
had
he
a
had another
land.
land.
And like Miguel not looking to be flooding in hand, whereas against James he had
I didn't actually
multiple
see what was
lands.
in his hand there.
I only saw 2, I believe. Just waiting for Shad to resolve his mulligan.
Yeah, he can't be feeling too good about this.
I think this is one of probably the worst
It's a
matchup he
bad
could have
matchup,
faced
yeah.
today.
Yeah, with vehicles out of the format, this is probably the premium aggro deck.
Yeah, I think it's the baseline deck for aggro players, really. I don't see another deck being as fast or as resilient. And like this hand that Chad just got, it's not amazing.
I
He's
think he's
got,
forced to keep
he
it
has to
though.
keep it
Going
though,
down is
but
bad
it's like
because he's
it's
got Vessel turn
Vessel.
1. Maybe he can find a Marvel or something, a Mana Dork. He scries whatever that was to the bottom. It's clearly not any business. He's going Sanctum into
Unfortunately,
Vessel.
Shad has no Ishkanars. And Ishkanar would have been a pretty
Yeah,
good
good.
card in this match.
Although with the addition of Invigorated Rampage, this deck she's not as good because the
Yeah,
multiple blockers
can get
kind of
trample.
all of them can just get trampled over because of the second mode on Invigorated Rampage. Uh, Miguel opens with a tap land, and Shad's holding up potentially negate or I don't know something, just representing a blue spell.
It could be a Harness Lightning next
Yeah,
representing, in all fairness.
or that. Yeah, I think Harness Lightning would be quite good for him. Yeah,
We'll take
but he's
Brawler.
gonna
Shad's just gonna have
pop
to
the
take 4.
vessel.
Pop the Vessel.
Yeah,
Hit Marvel? Well, Virtue is not terrible.
if he can cast it, Breaker needs to go to the bin. He can't play that thing. The Puzzle Knot gains him life, but I don't think he's got.
Like, I think Virtuoso is probably the take
It
here.
blocks twice.
Well, like, Miguel has Trample. I think it's blocking sometimes.
Is it gonna? Yeah, doesn't the Puzzle Knot give him more time? Because he's just chomping with a
You
Whirler.
actually just take.
That
The thing
one.
is,
Okay, he needs
okay,
the
so
land. He
my
does. He
play
does
here
need the land.
was take the Whirler Virtuoso, play it. Then, okay, well, he top decked Whirler Virtuoso. So he's really good at Magic, it seems.
Plays the Ether Hub. Gets himself some energy.
And for those of you who don't know, really good at Magic actually means you are pretty lucky.
Irish,
Yeah.
partially. He plays a Virtuoso.
So yeah,
Goes up to 4 energy,
goes
I
up
think.
to 4 energy.
And he's got. Yeah, Miguel's definitely just gonna start attacking with that Brawler though.
Like the Brawler's gonna hit in for 4. Shad's probably not blocking this turn. I don't see him blocking. Why? Because he can play Chandra, then minus, kill the
Yeah,
Virtuoso.
shoot that thing.
I mean the Brawler.
He's got a fair amount of lands.
Like he
I think
could
there's something
play.
wrong with his sleeve, or he's just cleaning out the inside over there.
He
Miguel's
has
still thinking about his life. Combat, do we see a payment? Yes.
for like. There's no point not paying. At this point,
Yeah, otherwise it eats up 3 energy. Does he? I don't think he blocks here.
I don't want
I
him
don't.
to block. If he does block, he does, but I don't think it's blocked.
Yeah, he just takes it. So seems reasonable. That it is a lot of damage from just a 2-drop, but that's just the shape of Voltaic Brawler. It does that.
You're probably gonna see a Pummeler here. I'm not sure if Miguel has any trample effects in hand. I see another Pummeler and Aether. He just has teachers, no pump spells. He has a larger than life.
Nothing at instant speed though. Maybe Shad finds.
Kozilek's still gonna be pretty powerful.
Yeah.
He doesn't find it, unfortunately. He does find a Chandra. And
So does Chandra kill the Brawler or the Pummeler? Because
I
Pummeler
think you
could
kill the Brawler this turn.
potentially be lethal next turn. I don't see any high spire infusion in Miguel's list, which means that he can't just kill him next turn.
So the thing is, with the Pummeler, right? It's gonna be 2 mana to get 4 power. That's gonna double because he doesn't have extra energy at the moment. He only has 4.
So he can
So
get it to
that's he
10
can
potentially.
basically get with his lands at the moment. He can top take another pump spell. So that's gonna be 9 power, so it's 18. And then Shad can put 4 points of toughness in front of it.
What are you doing with the Chandra? She
He's
comes
he's
in, goes
minusing.
down, kills the Pummeler. I think it's potentially the most threatening creature just because it can double out of nowhere.
Sure.
He doesn't know if there are in high spire infusions in his opponent's list because Ether Hub into a high spire infusion does give an extra activation
Yeah.
on the Pummeler.
The
That
other thing is like at this point, if Shad knows if Miguel decides to attack Chandra, I don't know if Shad's gonna block. To be honest with you, I
yeah,
think
I
it's
just
just a
let it
buy
die
time.
here.
But
She's
if
not
Miguel
that
attacks
valuable.
Shad, then more than likely to block. I
Yeah,
mean,
he tries to save a little bit of life there.
try and trade with the brawler, very least.
Brawler's got 3, so maybe he tries and makes a token.
I think he's gonna
Creates a
try and double
servo.
block here.
Yeah,
If I'm Shad, I'm double blocking. But like, I'm not even thinking. I'm just double blocking. And like we actually see the trading, so
sure.
that's a
Miguel seems
good.
happy. 1 point of damage tramples over to Shad.
No, none actually. It's
Oh
full
wait,
toughness.
Willa has 3 toughness. It's
Yeah.
not a 2/2 fly. It's a 2/2 on the ground. It's a 2/3.
And now we're probably gonna see it's the second Pummeler.
Now it's really threatening because Miguel has +4 and trample in hand.
So it's 21
Uh,
damage.
puts it to 5. No, Pummeler's a 1/1, so larger than
Oh,
life
sure, sure.
is 5. It's 10. It's 20 damage
20 damage exactly.
with trample. So even he can kill Shad through a blocker here.
Well, what did
Um,
Shad do? He do an Elder
that
Deep
Pummeler
Fiend.
needs to die.
I think Shad has to plus up and hope he gets a card he can play.
His hand is bad.
Like, ironically, if Shad had kept Well Virtuoso, he could have cost.
He can get some life. No, but he still just dies. That even if he gets 6 points of life out of this, it puts him to he could survive if if he gets mana. No, that wasn't great. Deals him 2. So the only line that would have gotten him out of this was plus Chandra for mana, plays
Well,
a Puzzle
actually,
Knot,
he
crack
has
the
an
Puzzle
untapped
Knot.
land in hand, so he
He's
just.
just played the Evolving
I
Wilds.
know, instead. So if he had just played the
Mistakes were
untapped
made.
land,
Mistakes were made.
he would live.
But he didn't. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
The
I
thing is,
think
though, even if you don't know, you have to play it under.
the fact that Miguel didn't put a pump spell down the previous turn maybe lulled him into a false sense of security, or he doesn't have any additional power to put on his creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, this deck is brutal. This red green energy is quite strong.
So this is lethal. I don't see how it's not lethal. I think Miguel's just deciding whether or not
He
to.
just puts it down, and I think Shad scoops. He just needs to show it to him.
I don't think Shad'll scoop, but Shad.
Show me that you have it.
Show me that you. No, it's not show me that you have. Show me that you play it.
Show me what you got.
Because if Miguel doesn't double twice,
But
Shad's,
he will.
if he doesn't, for some reason,
So that's resolved, right? This thing is now basically harness lightning proof because if he casts it, he goes double again, and then it's 2. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Shadow gets 6 points of damage
if Shad had
out
just
of
played an
harness
untapped
lightning.
land, he
He
lives
might
with
have been
it,
in better shape.
and then rips the top card of his deck.
Gets
Possibly
2
top
more
2 cards.
energy. Yeah, that brawler is so big. Shadow picks it up. He's pretending to have something, but I don't think he has anything. Because
Nice
if he
instant
had a
trigger.
negate, it would have been negate on that larger than life.
Busy leading his Elder Deep Fiend, making sure it costs more mana than he has. 'Cause that's the only thing he's making sure of at this point.
Maybe he can like
I
I don't
feel
know.
if he just played an untapped land, he just lives.
So his out here is to at instant speed activate Chandra for 2 mana, turn it into a creature, and then emerge Elder Deep Fiend, sacrificing Chandra. There's no way out. There's yeah, that's it. He's done.
And the top card was a negate.
Miguel having very good games today, just running through his opponents. I think he's just capitalizing on the fact that everyone is probably trying some new things. Maybe not sure what the most efficient removal is for this format, and he's just playing a tried and tested
Yeah,
aggressive
it's like
deck,
it's a known entity. It's a deck that didn't get affected by bans. Actually got stronger
and it just
because
works. Yeah, the new
all the
cards that
decks
got
that
released,
got banned were the decks that beat it basically.
they were either
And
faster or they went over the top
yeah,
too
and now it's
quickly.
like you can't go over the top anymore because you're just
Yeah,
not fast
you
enough.
don't have the big noodle monster.
It's like, what do you do? Do you play like Ulamog is fine, but you can't get it out early enough if you don't see Marvel.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. What do you Chad have much in the way of? I don't.
I don't think he had anything really. The reason why he lost wasn't really because like
His
there's nothing
cards
he could
didn't
have
line
sided
up with
in.
his opponent. Like
Yeah,
it's a
the deck
bad
was just
matchup for him.
terrible
Yeah,
matchup, and then on top of it being terrible matchup, you just didn't see Aetherworks Marvel on turn 4, which is
yeah,
what Aetherworks Marvel decks are known for.
yeah. Miguel's
So,
deck is quite tight though. I mean, he's got it's a relatively large amount of creatures for a deck that relies on pump and double strike.
well, the thing is though, he's
But
playing
he
16 lands, so he
yeah,
can.
he's just got the
He's
space to put in all
literally
these
relying
creatures
on a tune with the Aether as
to find
additional
him. Yeah, and
lands.
also the servant of the conduits to
Yeah,
get him some mana.
like
But the
he's
early
been running
voltaic,
hot if you think about
yeah,
it.
early voltaic brawlers. He hadn't though. The one game he drew 9 lands,
Sure,
and
but
that match he won, although not that specific game.
like
But
that was the game he lost. But if
the
you think of it this way, if you play 16 lands, you'll get stuck on one land more often than not.
yeah, so he's had luck and also some good decisions. But yeah,
Like he's
so
been
it's
playing it very cleanly. Like
very
give
few
all credit where
mistakes.
credit is due. He's playing it extremely cleanly. Maybe not sideboarding against James was the only mistake that I've seen him make on camera. He just straight up his deck is well positioned against all these slower decks we've seen today, and I think people are playing the slower decks slash combo decks just because it's a new format. No one knows where it's going. Let's try something new. It's the first event really of the post banning standard, and I think also this deck because it gets the 4 commons basically, like give you additional trample at
Yeah,
instant speed. It
you
just
get to
gets
cut
even
because larger than
stronger.
life was probably the trample. You had to play it because it's the biggest pump spell in the format. But the toughness isn't that important when you're trying to one shot your opponent.
Yeah.
And so Invigorated Rampage is the better card here because he's playing 4 and actually cutting larger than life to make space for it because it's a better card. It even lets you attack through Ishkana's tokens because you get to put trample on more than one creature.
So like even if Shad had Ishkana in the sideboard,
It might
it
not have
might
been
not have been
enough.
enough because they Shad saw what turn 5
Mm.
and died both games. So turn 5 die. Can't do anything.
And he didn't even get the best creature in the deck, the
Yeah.
Hydra. He killed him with a Pummeler.
Like
Like
the best creature in the matchup was always gonna be Hydra, and then like you die to Pummeler because you can.
is it just
It's
yeah, it just
just
hits
big
you
enough.
dead.
And then like I think game 1 he didn't even die to Pummeler, he just died.
He died to just being attacked. It
Yeah.
was Long Tusk Cub and
Yeah.
the +4 and trample. He drew both larger than lives that game. So he went larger than life, attack you, larger than life, attack you again. Uh, yeah, good games from Miguel. So I think he's undefeated at the moment.
Yeah, he's probably the I think he may not be the only guaranteed top 4 player,
Yeah,
but
I think
he
he's top
is
seed
definitely
though.
top seed.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to be on the play in his first game of the top 4, which is definitely where he wants to be.
So
It
we're
puts
having
his
5
opponent in
rounds or
a.
4? I'm pretty sure it's 4,
I
but
think it's 4 rounds, and we're gonna cut. If we're cutting to top 4, there might
there
be
might be a
we might
5th
have to
round.
have a fifth round. But we'll see what happens. We'll have another few games in the feature match.
Cool.